Hi guys and girls, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Leanne and this is my weight loss journey. So about a week ago I opened it up that you could ask me any question and I would try and answer it. And I thought some of the questions that have been asked are a little bit vast, and it's topics that I would like to chat around and talk to you about. So I thought better to do like a bit of an upload and then I can answer them properly rather than just trying to write in the comments. It is going to take me a little while to get to them and be able to record them and upload them and things. But God, look at the state of my hair. I'm going to take that headband out. It's really annoying me actually. Ugh. Anyway, so I've got a bit of a gap and I thought I'm going to try and hit some of these questions and start answering them. If you have got any questions for me, the post is still on my community page, or you can pop it in the comments there and I will try to get to them and answer them as best as I can. And hopefully it's just nice to be able to talk to you in real time and talk to you about what I'm doing and what I'm up to and just answer questions that you're actually wanting to hear from me rather than me just bambling on about myself and what's going on in my day. So the first one that I picked I thought was really good, and it's something that I'd not realised really myself. This was asked to me by a lady called Jenny Snow. Her question for me has been, has your head caught up with you yet on your weight loss at all, and is there a point when you that started for you? So crazily, I didn't really think about this, and I've not really thought and reflected about this until she asked that question. I think weight loss is a massive head game, and I think if you've gone through a significant weight loss, you will identify with this, that you don't really see yourself as the person that you've become. Your head kind of gets stuck in the old you, if that kind of makes sense. I think it took me a long time for my head to catch up with me. I'm not saying it's fully there, but I do think that I've made progress where that's concerned. And I think it's an issue that a lot of people struggle with, and it's a thing that a lot of people talk about, but I don't think it's properly discussed and there's no definitive answer to that. So initially, has my head caught up with me? Right now, as I reflect, yeah, I think it has. I've been on my weight loss journey for, well, it's 95 weeks now. If you want to work that out in years, months, you feel free, but my math skills are not there yet. And as that got asked to me, I thought about it and I was like, actually, I think it has. Like before, when I used to view myself as a lot bigger, and that showed when I went clothes shopping. I would always buy stuff that were I'd pick things up that were too big for me. I would stay in the style where it was whatever had fit me. I weren't really shopping for stuff that I liked. It was just stuff that I fitted. And even though I dropped down the dress sizes, I was still doing that. Don't get me wrong, my older clothes that were getting big for me, I could physically see that they were too big for me. But in my head, when I saw myself, I still saw myself as exactly the same size as what I were previously. That didn't happen straight away, for my head to catch up. It's taken a long time, and it's kind of happened without me even really knowing it. Now, if you're feeling like that, I do think it's important to take pictures and videos of yourself, even if you don't share them, even if they're not something that you enjoy doing, because having that and reflecting on it is what's helped my head catch up. So I've posted videos and made myself little shorts and stuff like that of what I were and what I am now. Now, I'm not saying that made my head catch up instantly like that, because it just doesn't. But I do think along the way, seeing that change and seeing me from an objective point of view, photos of yourself, it's not really how you see yourself in a mirror, have helped me reflect and think, actually, I do look smaller. My bum's a little bit smaller. My shape's changing. And that over time helped me then be confident enough to buy different clothes. Then when you start styling yourself in different clothes and being freer with what you choose, that's when it actually starts like hitting a little bit. There'll be like non-scale victories where you can like bend over easier without like suffocating yourself, basically. That were a thing that were like, oh my God, that's changed. Or when I went out for a walk and I didn't kill myself, do you know, like getting up side of a hill, I was like, oh my God, I'm actually lighter. And I think over time, like in my opinion, things that happen to you like that, it like lays like a little slither of something inside you where you realize that you're a little bit smaller than what you used to be. And then as them sediments build up inside of you, I think eventually one day it just clicks. And I'm going to be honest with you now, even though I'm bigger than where I were at my smallest, I do feel like I'm smaller. And I can tell that because when I go shopping for clothes, I pick up the size that I am, and I'm a lot freer with what I'm picking for me to wear. I'm wearing more fitted things. I'm wearing things that I enjoy wearing, not just wearing stuff just for the sheer, like, it fits me and it's available. I've started to enjoy clothes a lot more, and I think that is my head like catching up with the change in my body shape. Now, I stick by this, that weight loss and all these, like everything regarding it, your emotions, how you view yourself, I don't know, the time that you put into yourself, the kind of words that you use for yourself, the way that you look at yourself is very like, it's all just like a massive mind game where you have to kind of train yourself to see yourself different, because ultimately without work and without doing that, you aren't going to see yourself different. It's like being really depressed and not doing anything to change that and then expecting a change. It's not going to happen. You do need to be proactive with that. I last year went through the worst year, like for how much I hated myself, and I use really unkind words to describe myself. Every time I was like fat, ugly, useless. And I've had to reflect on that. I do that in these vlogs, but then I also do like a counselling session for myself, not with anybody, but just for myself, where I write down how I feel, blah, 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 what's impacted on that. And then I try to read it back to myself objectively and view it as though I'm talking to somebody else and see what I actually feel about the situation, if that actually makes sense. And through doing that, I think that is what's made my head kind of catch up. Now, don't get me wrong, I still have off days, and I think that's normal. And I think embracing them off days where you feel fat, ugly, and huge, and all the rest of it, you'll have bloaty days where you are bigger because your stomach bloats. And I think if you go from such a big size that I were, when you're really big, you don't notice that change as much, a bloat, because the clothes that you wear, you're not concentrating on yourself and you try to ignore it. So I never noticed them changes in my body before, whereas now I do notice them changes in my body. I do have fat days. I do look in the mirror and still think, oh my God, you're huge. And I think that's down to like my mental health on that day, or other stuff that's going off and triggers and things like that. So I don't think anybody's perfect, but who wants to be perfect? I don't want to be perfect. I like me for who I am. And I think having them insecurities and having them off days makes me a better person. It makes me more empathetic. And I do think it allows me as well, when I have them off days, to reflect on that and actually work on that. And ultimately, life's about growing as an individual. So that is what I've done to try to catch up. I have also, I know, like, I maybe have said this before, but do you know, like, buying yourself nice underwear for you, for nobody else? Caring about what you look like for you, not for somebody else. Caring on what your health's like is for you and not for anybody else. If you're sexy, if you're pretty, if you're anything, do it your look for yourself and you will feel better. And I think that's when your head then catches up. So from this question, Jenny also asked me, is there a point when that started for you? No, I don't think there is. I don't think there's a dead set point when it is for you. And going back to the fact that it's like a continuous growth and progression, I don't think your mind works like that. I think you can do things to move it along. I think you can help yourself by reflecting on yourself, taking pictures and comparing, writing a journal, vlogging, buying yourself nice underwear, buying yourself different clothes, saying nice things to yourself and being more positive about what you've achieved and the changes, accepting compliments from others. I think all those start changing your mindsets. And I think it ultimately is a mindset. It's all just a big mind game. And the sooner, like, when I came to terms with weight loss being like a massive mind game, that's when I've actually made progression. Ultimately, for 2 years now, almost, I said 2 years, it's not, 95 weeks now, I am still lighter than when I first started. And that's a massive difference for me, and it's completely different. And I think it's because I've changed my mindset. I'm starting to accept myself for who I am. I'm starting to be aware of my flaws and trying to grow and develop on them, but also loving myself for some of my flaws as well, and seeing how that's me and that's a positive. I think all them things all combined over time, and I don't think I'm fully there yet. Like, I don't think I'm pretty. I don't think I'm really sexy or anything like that. But I'm aware that I'm not the worst person in the world either. And I'm very much a woman that builds other women up. I don't believe in knocking somebody else down to make myself feel better. But also, I've had to try and realise that I knocked myself down by comparing myself to other people, thinking somebody were prettier, thinner, like hotter, all sexier, all them things. And so I don't think there's a dead set point where my head's got in the game. But alternatively, by working on myself and doing a bit of reflection, it's helped my head get back into the game. And that is my turning point. I hope that's answered your question about if my head's caught up yet, and when did that start. I know it's not like a dead set answer, like this is what you need to do and this is how you do it. But I hope that I've helped somebody out there that's maybe struggling mentally with the head catching up. Maybe giving you some ideas on how you could help yourself get there if you're going on a huge weight loss journey and your body's changed significantly and you're struggling with that. Also in the comments, if you've got anything more to add about this question, such as like, has your head caught up or not? What are you struggling with? How have you managed to achieve it if you have got your head to catch up? What are your like little motivational top tips of reflection? Or like, what have you done to catch your head up to the change in your body? I mean, as bodies change continuously, and sometimes it can be hard. So anything that you can add to this, if you're watching this, I'd be really grateful, because not only is that there and that could help me, but I think as a community, we could help each other, because who wants somebody else to suffer where you have? And if we can make that easier for each other, then I am 100% there. And that's why I'm putting these questions out there that I will answer honestly. I will be straight to the point. It's unstaged. I don't write scripts. The only thing in front of me is the questions that have been asked, and I am going totally off-piste in answering them. Now, I know that makes for a real massive ramble, but who cares? Anyway, I hope that helps somebody. Please do add to it. If you're enjoying my videos, I would love my community to grow. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. I never usually ask that, but it'd be good if we got like a big group of us all together to go through 2025 together. I mean, feel free to share my videos out or my channel or whatever, because it'd be really cool to try and help this grow and for us all to pull together to get to a better place. So think, guys, and I will see you in the next vlog.